showtime. You are live. All right, guys. Welcome to our finale show, the WandaVision finale show. So we have nothing but WandaVision to talk about today. Maybe we'll get past it, but real quick, I'll introduce the panel to those watching or recapping later. We've got Agent Playwell, that's Troy. Real quick, I'll introduce. Hold on. Got a little echo.
That was me. Sorry, I fixed it.
Agent Playwell is to my right. All right, I got a point left. Thanks for being here, Troy. Agents of Mock, if you're not following him, check out his channel on Instagram and YouTube. We got Willie here, NewBricks. You go by Willie NewBricks? Is that about right?
I go by Willie on YouTube and NewBrick on Facebook. On Instagram.
I've been just calling you Willie NewBrick.
That's fine.
All right. So look for Willie under some aliases, but he's in our community. Thanks for being here, Willie. And Larry, Legend, how are you doing tonight?
Great. Friday, woo!
Got another Friday show, and the week just flies by. I don't even know what happened in between. What have you been doing, Mel? Mel, welcome to the show. If you don't know Mel, he goes by Iceberg Bricks.
Hey. It's been building, man. Finally caught up on a police station, man, and really, I don't know. It's trying to just catch up on a lot of building, man.
Yeah, I see building the police station. I got that behind me. The first level is done.
Yeah,
we'll be streaming that tomorrow. If you're looking for some other builds to watch and build along with, Let's Build the Station. It's been a good program. Yep. And I don't want to get too into the humdrum of Lego land, but we'll talk about Lego things. I want to say hi to Lego Train Guy in the chat. Thanks for being in the chat, Lego Train Guy. Bryce and Robloxian Lung. We got a Roblox guy in the chat. Thanks for being here. And we're going live. So everybody watched WandaVision, and what do you think?
It's the series finale, not the season, right? Like there's no second season. That's it, right? You know that, right?
Well, they're teasing so many things and stringing us along. So we could talk about like the structure of it before the show actually is good, Mel. Like we've never had MCU give us 8 weeks of a show, a movie, you know. Mm-hmm. So you're right. It's not the end of a season. It's the end of a series, and I think we were spoon fed so many misdirections.
Yeah.
Over 2 months, you're like, we're theorizing. This could happen. Where's Mosquito? Where's Nightmare? Where's this person? Who's this?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost a letdown that it didn't boil into like the final like super ending. Anybody agree with that? Oh, Larry, you're on mute.
Larry's
on mute. I don't know what he's talking. What do you think, Troy? Willie?
I didn't mind the ending personally. Like you said, they have to string us along as much as they can. They can't give us too much right now. And I think what we were expecting to happen, they're going to be saving for later on for possibly movies, maybe the Doctor Strange movie, or maybe something else entirely. And I think the bigger events that we were wanting to happen, they're probably going to save for an actual full length feature film. And but I loved the reveals in this, the reveal in this, the ending of this season or series.
Yeah, we can jump around on this one because we got all show, but
Yeah.
I like talking about the structure of it a little bit because in the Infinity Saga of movies, we're all waiting for Thanos. We get teased this, that he's there, he's coming, and it took years to get there. So in that regards, I'm not disappointed that they set us up, they teed us up for Magic and other villains, but we didn't get that big cameo at the end.
Yeah, I was like,
I think we did. Paul Bettany said it was an actor that he was really looking forward to working with, and it turned out to be himself.
Oh.
So
he did have a good dialogue with himself.
That's just another misdirect that they was doing the whole time, and I think those misdirects is what creates this, us sitting talking, and because that's part of the fun of the show is trying to figure out what's going on.
we're just a bunch of suckers. Yeah, I thought that the thing I liked the most about it, and after I watched it the first time, and I was kind of disappointed. There was really some good eye candy, and I'm like, okay, it's putting it together. So then I watched it again, and I was like, oh, this is so much better the second time. And what I came away with at the end was like, this show was a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
It really had the same pace and the same feeling as we were reading a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
One good epic comic book. The way it was bookended. It had a lot of good action in the middle, and then again there's like a couple of good battle sequences between the two pairs of beings, and the dialogue between Vision and Vision really reminded me of a comic. I mean, that really it felt so comic-like, and I thought that was great. And again, the second time I watched it was just so much more rich for me.
But how about that though? Like with Vision is back. That's what they're saying, right? Technically, he y'all dancing around it, but I'm gonna say like technically,
because he took off. Where'd he go? Where's he at?
The conditional vision touched the actual physical vision, and so Vision is back.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You have the classic comic white Vision.
Yes.
It has all the memories of old Vision, but no emotion. And that's just straight up classic from the comic stories.
Oh yeah.
He looks android.
Yeah.
He did. I was really looking a lot at his facial prosthetics and how his brows were more angered. Because when they were talking, I was going back and forth, and it's like the colored Vision was very smooth, and he's very, he's got more angles to his features, and they weren't identical. It wasn't just a copy, and I thought that was just really cool.
I noticed that too.
So that discussion they have, we'll get into the deep end. The deep end, I guess, is we have the not true Vision. And he's only a conditional Vision. That's the guy we've been following the whole long. I'll call him the Hex Vision, because he's just an illusion, really. And then we have this the physical being, the white Vision, powered up with some of that magic, and our Hex Vision touches him, gives him his memories back, unlocks his memories.
Right.
So that's our new Vision for sure. I mean, not bad. Definitely different way to introduce him into the MCU and to bring him back. Almost a rebirth. He'll be a lot alike when he was first, trying to figure out the world. But man, yeah, that discussion they had about the boat, the ship of Theseus,
Yeah.
old planks,
Boat
and
of
new
Theseus.
planks.
Right. That was just like I think that was like him unlocking unlocking the combination to, all right, this is what's real and this is what's not real. So, you know, and he's telling him, look, you know, I'm that ship that's brand new with all the brand new pegs and stuff like that. But you know, you're the ship with the old pegs. So you're the actual Vision. I'm not the actual Vision. Because he didn't believe him. He was like, wait a minute. But he was intrigued though. He gave him a minute. He was like, you know, explain to me.
Mhm.
Well, it was a paradox, right? Neither are. Both are. Wait a minute.
Right. He said, explain.
Right.
Explain.
And then he gets his memories back. So yeah, that was great. That's basically our Vision arc. I mean, they battle each other through the air before that, and it comes down to that. And I thought maybe we would see him again. Like, is he going to help out? And that was kind of the end, I think, of to be continued with the new Vision.
Yeah, he launches out the skylight of the library and gone for the rest you don't see him after that in the episode. So I thought that their battling up in the sky really reminded me of Man of Steel.
Yeah, I thought of that too.
When he was fighting Grodd.
Yeah, I totally thought of that. I was like, this is like a Superman movie now.
Yeah, totally.
It does, yeah.
Do you think they did it better? The sky battle?
It was shorter, so I don't know.
Yeah.
And the way they did the powers where they phase into each other and kind of.
Oh yeah, I love how they were like phase locked with their forearms, and yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then they were shooting at each other with their forehead beams, and yeah, very cool.
It's a good Vision. What was the joke of the Jimmy Woo? Hayward's like, you need more Vision.
Yeah, you lack the vision.
You lack the Vision. That was funny.
I'm sold.
So here's the beginning. Agatha's got the kids on the screen, and she's just kind of playing with her, like, hey, yeah, go ahead and shoot me. And she absorbs the power. She says, I take power from undeserving.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
Right.
And there she is, like, absorbing. And they kind of show this in the beginning in the Salem Witch Trial. Anyway, we get that. Not much to say. I don't know. You know, it's kind of funny up to this. Well, they get to a funny part. I thought it was going to go bad right away, but then we get our joke.
That's a hilarious Wizard of Oz reference.
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah.
Yep.
Knocks her boots off, and where are we? And we get a Wizard of Oz reference. So I don't know. But she's taunting Wanda all along here. Which one, So then, let's see. I got to go a little further with the video here. You guys like that when I throw a little bit of video in there?
Yeah, that's cool.
I think we're going to see White Vision show up because after the car gets thrown, here it is.
Yeah. As soon as you put a second hand on her head, I'm like, uh-oh.
That's never good, right?
No.
She looked like she was in so much pain too. That was awesome.
Thought it was, yeah. That looks comical there, but it's like I thought you were going to be stronger. Classic villain move where the audience knows a little bit more than the so-called victim right here. So
when he said that, I thought of Anakin and General Grievous. You're shorter than I expected.
Yeah.
All right, I'll stop that for a sec. Go back to our panel. So we get a lot of back and forth with. So Vision shows up and saves her from the skull crushing and says something like, "Your ex and your boyfriend showed up at the same party. What are you gonna do?" Basically asking her to choose between reality and her fake world.
Right.
So we do get some answers, about how fake I think the Hex world was, and we'll get into that a little later. They jump around to a cutscene with Monica and Ralph after that.
Oh yeah, that was. I still don't. I still don't know how I feel about the whole Evan Peters as Quicksilver thing, and I think they just kind of dropped it. She takes off the charmed necklace, and the end.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much more about who he was and where he came from, and I mean, I'm guessing that charmed necklace gave him his powers. Yes, I mean they didn't explain it, so.
I think that was one of the biggest misdirects of the whole series.
Totally.
Because Marvel supposedly didn't expect the Watchers to go that deep into X-Men when they casted him. They say.
They say, but how could we not? I mean,
how could we not?
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, how
you
could you
pick
not?
any other actor? Any other actor?
Yeah, you know what you was doing.
Yeah.
And we tuned in every week just to see what was going on.
So they rub our face in it and give them a name Boner.
Boner.
Oh man, that's a cheap shot. Yeah, they set us up and they're like, ah ha ha ha. It's just Townie, just a regular city dude.
Yep.
And then he was being controlled with the necklace by Agatha. So yeah, big misdirect, and then that could be it for Evan Peters. I don't know.
So was that my husband Ralph?
That was Ralph.
Ah, yeah, yep. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah, I did kind of think back to X-Men and how his man cave looked like, his basement. I mean, it was so similar. I mean, why could he? Again, they could have picked any other actor. They could have had any other set design for where he hangs out, but it was basically the same.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All that was missing was a rack full of stolen Hostess snacks.
Oh man.
So what's next?
Well, timeline-wise, I can go to another shot, and we've got Agatha on the billboard, and the city folk are kind of enlightened to their, they knew all along they were trapped, but Wanda gets to see that side of them. Puppeteer strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where it kind of makes me like, yeah, she could still be the villain in this show. Like, I don't.
Well, and especially if she's going to go and start reading the Darkhold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you do like a back and forth type thing during the whole series. Like, oh, we're with Wanda. She was an Avenger at one point, but then once you get to this part, you're like, yeah, she's done a lot.
Yeah,
of
heroes
bad
don't
stuff
torture
right
people.
now.
It's like, yeah.
So let's talk about the Darkhold. We see the book. And
That's so cool. I love that.
Oh, it's awesome.
See that image, and she's described as the Scarlet Witch, not born but formed.
Not
She
part
has
of
no-
any coven or whatever they say.
No part of coven and no need for incantation. So even though she does kind of participate and learn incantation spells, her power doesn't need it. And then she goes on to say her power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme.
That's where I was like, oh, are we going to see him? Are we going to see him? Are we going to? No, we're not going to.
And I was like, yes. And I get on the edge of my seat, like, okay, he's coming. He's coming.
Yeah, that's where I thought she was flying to at the very end. I thought she was flying to the Sanctum. And I was like,
I thought
that was a little bit of a letdown, but that's all right.
Yeah, I thought for sure we were going to see Doctor Strange. Yeah. They're setting it up. She's going to be in Multiverse of Madness.
Wah, wah.
So we get a name drop. We get barely a name drop. Oh well. It was a good show. So yeah, Wanda is destined to destroy the world. Is more of that speech, and
the harbinger of chaos.
Lots of connections to Chthon, which might be a little deep cut for the novice audience, but this chaos being might be something that we see more of when we get to a movie style. Because Doctor Strange books have a lot of weird stuff in them.
So, do you think all of the townspeople got out? I mean, I don't know if there's enough time for them to get from the center of town to the edge of the hex to get out.
Not really.
They just again, it was kind of a loose end. They just okay, they're gone. They were out of shot, and there was a little bit of time as Vision and the kids come to her, and I thought that was really cool because they started to fall apart in that jigsaw puzzle way that you see in the comics.
Yeah. If they didn't get out, once the hex went away, they were free, so...
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Either way.
But then it's you got kids trapped in bedrooms, apparently, and...
Go to sleep, kids. Go to sleep.
And that's when they...
Look at the flowers.
At the beginning. Was that where the kids trapped in the bedrooms, or...
Yeah, I think the townspeople will get over it. I don't know. Well, it'll probably be another red ledger on Wanda's Wanda's book. She's that's why she's hiding out. Should we skip to a little bit to the end?
Yeah.
The end credit scene. If you didn't watch it, there's not one but two end credit scenes.
But that town already looked pretty bad.
Oh yeah,
Westview. They were not happy. They
weren't happy. So
hopefully they'll make a live stream about it or something. Get popular off of it. Visit the town that was almost destroyed by magic. I'm going to say what's up to Brett's Builds. Hey, what's up, Brett? Thanks for
Brett.
What's up, Brett?
And Brickman Mosaic Art is here. What's up, Brickman? Lego Cheringa hanging out still. Have fun with the rest of the stream. She's taking off. So she goes to this mountain. She flies off. She's not afraid to use her powers. She learned a lot. She's smarter than she led on. And we haven't even talked about it, but the trick she uses on Agatha, that was very clever. So I think she's being clever again in this mountain setting, hiding herself away from the world, and she even projects either an astral version of herself.
Yeah, it reminded me of Doctor Strange. Drinking
tea, and then the whistle blows, and then she's drinking more tea, and I'm like, oh, and then we see it's not her. It's probably just a loop that she's trying to play in case somebody's watching on satellite what she's up to.
I hadn't looked at it that way, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going a little deeper once I knew that's not her. She's in the back practicing magic, or maybe that's her astral form practicing, because that's what Doctor Strange would do too. Is he would leave his body and go to the library and read a bunch of books.
Yeah, that was her astral form when the one reading the book, the dark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one or the other. She's definitely clever, being clever about hiding away and now kind of learning, just studying the Darkhold. That
Did any of y'all think when they were showing the mountains and stuff? Did any of y'all think about Wolverine?
Oh, totally. I was thinking that looks like a little like Alki Lake.
That's what I was thinking too.
Canadian mountains.
It's Canadian, eh?
Yeah, she's more eastern, so I was thinking, I don't know.
Maybe the Alps, maybe Austria.
Definitely hiding away. I mean, and an illusion, I think, of protection.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what time frame that is? Marvel likes to trick us and some of that stuff too, but
yeah, Marvelized trust level is way different now.
Man,
Different boundaries, huh?
what else do you want to touch on, Larry? With as far as maybe another misdirection?
Well, how about the kids? They're gone.
They're
For real.
You know,
They
were
are they?
about Young
Or
Avengers
are they?
and all that. Well,
Or are they at the end?
Exactly, are they?
But I mean,
Did you hear the whisper? Did you hear the whisper? Did you hear what the whisper was?
Well, at the end, the kids are calling out again. And it's like, okay.
well, let me sum it up again. I like kind of recapping for the audience. We've got the fight in the beginning. They hide in the room. Billy uses his powers. We need to go help Mom. They rush over there, and they have kind of their superhero moment where they're all in their superhero stance.
Oh yeah, like the Incredibles.
Yeah.
Like the Incredibles, the little family of superheroes. Yes. That was nice to get that, and we also got a nice nod to Tommy having the goggles. He goes around and takes all their guns and grabs a hat, puts a goggle on, and they take care of the military while mommy will be right back. That was pretty funny. I like that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where my wife stepped in.
Monica comes in. Tell us, Willie.
Yeah.
Monica.
She stopped them bullets, man. She I think she full hero now.
Yeah, evil agent, and I think he's a Skrull. Hayward.
You think Hayward's a Skrull?
Yeah, he unloads a whole clip on 2 innocent children.
Yeah, I was totally thinking that. Dude was shooting kids.
And Monica steps in, and Photons stops, absorbs something. I don't know. We still got to figure out her powers, but all but one bullet, and we see Billy use his powers again. That was fantastic. But yeah, Photon. I'm pretty sure she's going to use her mom's old call name, and we'll see more of her. But the kids, we're talking about for the children. I'm using that in the public domain now and seeing if anyone catches on. And so yeah, Troy was mentioning we hear whispers of she's practicing the hex magic at the very, very, very end, and they're like, "Mommy, help, please!" And so they're not completely gone, or I mean, that's in her head too, I think.
Yeah, it could be in her head. You're right.
Yep.
She's reading the Darkhold and learning dark magic, and hears these voices. So we're not done with somebody like Mosquito or Nightmare interjecting to steer the plot in their favor.
What's kind of sad about Wanda's character is that she's basically gone from multiple tragedies to another set of multiple tragedies.
Yeah,
that she's created herself. So yeah, I don't think we're done with her becoming, becoming a more villain-like, I guess you could say, or on the anti-hero side of things, I guess.
So, is
think
there
that-
any story to where
looking pretty evil.
creates the Darkhold and yet uses it for good? Because I don't know
Yeah,
the story.
it's an anti-hero. It's an anti-hero story for sure.
Okay.
I was trying to get to a shot of.
I like how they set up Agnes to be used later.
Yeah.
That was a really good setup.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
completely out of the picture.
Yeah. And it don't mean that when they use her later that she won't be good. She could be used for good.
That's a good point, Willie. Yeah, she locks her in her role of nosy neighbor,
Mm-hmm.
and knows where she is.
Artichokey.
That was so good.
I almost
Funny.
felt bad for her.
Just total 180. That was so great.
Yeah.
If she was able to, did she able to do that on the fly, or was that cut? Was that an edit? I can't remember. Because if she was able to turn that off and on, that was pretty good, I thought.
I think it was an edit because didn't she change outfits?
Yeah, probably was.
Yeah. I think her outfit changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, she still had the brooch though, so I think she'll be able to maybe break some of that spell and continue some anti-hero types of hijinks.
Because
So,
Wanda didn't drain all of her power, right? She just
Yeah, let's talk about that moment because I'm a little bit confused on how that works. How that really worked, because she had all of Wanda's power drained, but not completely, to where she could put up the runes and the hex. And then Agatha's powers were disabled, so that's why Wanda's powers were able to revert back to her. Because I didn't know, or does Wanda have that ability to recapture her power? That was one thing I was a little confused about.
yeah.
Mel, what do you know of this?
I mean, what you tell me, friend.
I mean, I was very confused about that because it's like, as she's launching, these spell attacks, as if she's trying to give the power, because as I'm reading the scene, and it's like, okay, she's deciding she's going to go along with Agatha's plan and give her the power, but she's doing it in kind of an attack mode, she's throwing little bits at a time, but then she's missing, and I'm like, what is she doing? She's missing, but that was when she's establishing the runes inside of her hex.
Okay,
Right.
I see that now.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And because the second time I watched it, I was looking to see if, I think you can kind of barely see as they exploded against the wall of the hex, the hex dome. You could kind of see some form of those.
I did
runes.
not connect those dots. So yeah, that makes sense.
But I still don't understand. So she's sitting there and she looks completely drained of her power, yet she's still floating in the air, which I'm like expecting her to fall.
That's when it looked odd.
And then it just reverses. I'm like, okay, I get it, because she's trying to launch the power back.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of funny, the way she was like, oh wait, it's not working, try it again. I'm like, really? I mean, if you can't tell your powers are gone, that was a little bit it was hard for me to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was looking down. I think she was feigning it like she was in control and tricking her
Maybe.
the whole time.
Yeah.
To put her into this rune, of this magic protection ring. I
Yeah.
don't know if it'll show a little bit more on here. But yeah, that's where I thought. She learned. She learned that spell and played it right back on her. So I think she was faking it.
Must have been. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, here's a question. So, Agatha's area where she has her runes set up, does that basement still exist without the hex? Or did it go away with the hex? There's a question.
I think it does.
Yeah.
Because Agatha was drawn to that place because of the magic and the spells. And I don't think Wanda had anything to do with that place.
Agreed.
But Agatha won't know anything about the place because she's under that.
Oh, true.
So she,
Yeah.
And was that place physically in Westview? I know we talked about that a little bit. Or was it
A portal? I think it was a portal.
a dimension?
Yeah.
Which, there could be remains even if it was a portal. Go in the basement, knock a spell out, and regain some of her. We're not done with her. She'll regain some of her power, or be needed to fight something more mischievous.
because she was in the Fantastic Four storyline, and she was in the Scarlet and Wanda's storyline, so they're probably gonna use her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we get I guess the big reveal is we finally get a true Scarlet Witch. A little magical headdress there, and then the memory or the Mind Stone was kind of showing her that she was gonna achieve this level up power, and that's the big payoff, I think, in this finale. Is we get a true Scarlet Witch and the costume and power up, which she was already super powerful, but now she's really learning.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good look. It's definitely that MCU kind of costume.
Yeah. I thought it was.
It looks a lot
really
better
cool.
with the dark red. I think if you would have gone any more red, it would have not looked very good.
Yeah,
so I think that was a smart move.
Agreed.
I mean, that could just as easily be like a bad guy's costume too. So
True. Yeah.
I mean, that is.
It's a bit reminiscent of Magneto's,
right?
Yeah.
Coloring.
Well, they have that M headdress thing, so
Yeah,
the coloring.
they did.
The sharp points, even at the hip and stuff. That's not. It's good. She looks great. I don't know what the belt is here. But fan service, I'd say. We got Scarlet. WandaVision gave us Scarlet Witch.
Basically, her origin story, sort of.
Yeah.
More or less.
So Agatha says, "You have no idea what you've unleashed."
What has she unleashed?
Mutants. Mutants.
We can talk mutants.
Which ones?
All of them.
Well, we didn't get a House of M. Like, there are mutants now, but
Right.
How does a witch release mutants?
That's a good question.
twisting reality.
Why were they trapped?
But
You know what I'm saying? Why was the mutants trapped?
she didn't do anything like on an earth-wide level that to me that will release mutants.
Stays in Westview, I think.
So
If-
I don't
if
think
there's
that was it.
If there's mutants, all of Westview could be mutants, and they start that.
I think it's kind of like one of the what was it in Sokovia when Vision said, "We've shown power, so our power attracts attention, and it attracts people to come and test our power or fight or whatever." I think with her reaching this level, I think she has attracted the attention of like the Mephisto or the Nightmare or the King the Conqueror or somebody like that to come and try to, whatever the backstory is, get her, kill her, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what she unleashed. My opinion.
Maybe that's a good theory. I'm just dying to see Doctor Strange 2 now. I mean,
yeah, I can skip. I mean, I love Spider-Man, but I want to go right to the more madness. This is epic.
I want to see Captain Marvel myself.
Yeah, well, they teed up some things. So we have the Skrull reveal. Monica goes to the theater and says somebody wants to see you, and there's a Skrull agent saying somebody wants to see you upstairs, up in space.
Is she talking about Nick Fury, or is she talking about the Skrull leader guy?
She's talking about Nick Fury.
That's what I assumed the first time, but then I'm like, because she said it's a friend. And Nick Fury was a good friend of Carol Danvers, but so was I forget his name, the Skrull guy, the main Skrull guy.
Talos.
Yeah.
Talos.
He's a friend too, I guess you could say.
It's probably Nick Fury.
Yeah.
So if it is Nick Fury, is he? You think he's a part of Sword now?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah,
Sword was originally like based up in space, wasn't it? Like in a space station.
Well, they show him taking that fake vacation in front of the beach screen. He's on vacation and he turns it off and he walks out and he's on a ship. Clearly, and there's Skrull people in the background.
What was that? That was in Captain Marvel?
Far From Home.
The end of Far From Home.
Oh. I have to watch
Was that Far From Home?
Maybe.
I can probably a shot.
Maybe.
I do not remember that. I have to watch that.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was Far From Home because Nick Fury during Far From Home wasn't Nick Fury. He was a Skrull.
Right.
And then at the end, he's really just chilling out with the Skrulls.
Asking for his shoes.
Yeah.
So here's the agent.
Yeah, and is this the first time we've seen her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was the other thing that I was disappointed about with the series was, the friend, aeronautical engineer person that she was so excited to see that you thought was going to be somebody was just somebody, just a nobody, somebody.
Here you can see Skrull in the back.
Misdirect that was a letdown.
I do not remember seeing this.
There's some Skrull for sure.
No. Must have
so he's.
Oh.
And then, is there a sword symbol? I'm sure there was a sword symbol.
Troy's not invited back for the next.
Good thing you made it to the finale. Yeah. So we're gonna, we'll get maybe, I don't know when Captain Marvel stuff is. We're a ways off of, but we're gonna get a bunch more Marvel content, teeing up all kinds of side stories, and it'll be a fun ride regardless. You guys, Mel, why don't you say, are you looking forward to any what Marvel show or movie are you most looking forward to?
I think I'm with the Doctor Strange, man. Because I want to see the other end of the story.
Mm-hmm.
With this here, I think they kind of left you on a cliffhanger. She's sitting in the closet, studying that book, which is going to make her much more powerful. and it's like,
Yeah.
jeez, like, this is the Scarlet Witch we should have had, like, in the Iron Man and in the Avengers, like, this is what this is what it's about, I do. I am in a way. I want to see Doctor Strange, but I know that Vision is not going to be there. So I'm trying to. What happens to that Vision? What happens? Because something's got to happen.
Yeah. What storyline will we see White Vision
right
continue to maybe in Hawkeye?
She's got a piece of the Mind Stone in her, so technically she could kind of bring him back.
Yeah. Well, I think this is as good as it's going to get right here. We got the White Vision. He got his memories back with a piece of her that kind of helped through Vision, Hex Vision. She'll probably use that Darkhold to try to make a true Mind Stone for him or something.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, she don't even know the White Vision is out there.
No, she don't.
True.
But he told her he'll see her again. He told her.
Yeah, he'll see her.
That's probably what he meant, and that's probably exactly what he meant.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they had a moment. So we didn't talk about the touching moment, but they walk back to their house and put the kids to bed and say goodbye. I think there's some conversation there that she learned some information that the White Vision was released from his attitude anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's almost a love story, this WandaVision, because they kind of leave us with that moment where he has some more great speech about wanting turning the light on and wanting to see her more clearly, and she says that he's a piece of the Mind Stone and a piece of sadness and hope and love. And yeah, he's not gone either. He's a memory. He says he's like. So yeah, I mean he's stringing us along or whatever. The Hex Vision says before he disappears that he was a voice and then a body and then a memory made real.
Mm-hmm.
And he says it right out front. What I'll be next. And we'll say hello again.
Yeah, that was very interesting and not too sad. But saying goodbye to the kids and then just good night, look at the flowers, close the door, and then that's it. But then you hear him, later on. It's like, okay, what's that about?
Coming back. Yeah, they didn't get that touching farewell that they want to come back.
Well, because
how about you?
If she
Willie?
created the Vision out of her like memory, he was a memory made real. What are they?
Yeah, they were something completely different.
Yeah.
They're gonna it's gonna take darker magic or to manifest their physical forms.
So do you think Agatha, if it wasn't for Agatha, she probably wouldn't have manifested kids, would she?
Well, right. She staged this show in the beginning for the children, and there were no children. So I think from the beginning, as far as the plot line in the black and white era, it was her egging, somehow wanting her to want kids.
And they never said why.
Why?
It popped up with kids. It popped up pregnant.
Well, she wanted, so if she had her way, let's try to flip the script. She would have left Wanda there with her fake reality and kids. So she wanted the kids to be this anchor to keep her in this illusion.
Keep her deeper.
It could have also been a way for Agatha to get what she wanted from Wanda too. Like I've got, because she had her kids on that leash. She had something that she wanted.
Yeah, she needed to create
for her
some leverage.
powers.
Yeah,
some leverage. So that could have been the reason too.
And I guess there's no deeper leverage than your kids.
Yep.
I don't know. Have you met my kids? No,
These are the perfect.
They can't hear me. It's okay.
Hopefully they're not watching this show.
Nah, no way.
These are the closest things I got to kids.
Oh wait, hold on. I see somebody in the chat right now.
Oh.
Larry, you son of... Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I hear this.
They said legend, so they weren't talking to this legend.
Oh, my God.
What a wreck.
Never going to let that
down. So we got 10 minutes left. I'll sum up our looking forward to. So we've got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming up in. Well, we actually next week we get like the making of WandaVision.
Oh, really? That would be cool.
Yeah, there'll be like a behind the scenes look at WandaVision.
I like those.
And then so nonstop Marvel every Friday, and then we get Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think that's gonna be a good. I think
what's the date that comes out?
19th.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be like a futuristic Starsky and Hutch. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
This guy's gonna go around. You know what I mean?
Good, yeah.
And don't forget Snyder Cut on the 18th.
Right.
Yeah.
4 hours? Is that how long it is? 4 hours?
4 hours.
Have to set
set
a time.
We'll get to that. Let's talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier, though. So we're gonna get U.S. Agent, I think, here. That shot looks good. Here's Baron Zemo. We're gonna get a full mask on Baron Zemo, and then these masked vigilantes or whatever they are. The new bad guys look kind of interesting. What was that? The first trailer?
Here's a question: What do they say? What exactly happened to Cap?
They don't.
He's in a retirement home.
I'm saying that because they're sitting inside of a therapist's office talking about their feelings.
Right.
Are they talking about that or talking about how they are interacting with each other?
Maybe
they
were being childish in there.
No, they friends, but they like enemies too. It's like that frenemy thing.
Right.
They're frenemies, yeah.
I think they're gonna grow, but they respect each other. I think their friendship or whatever will grow. Because right now they're just together because of Cap. It's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah. Well, they want to do him justice, and put a good name behind the shield that he left behind. He wants some sort of symbol of hope and righteousness to move forward.
Oh, I think the reason why they're together is because Bucky was Bucky, and Falcon followed Cap, so naturally he's going to follow what Bucky's doing, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Hopefully they'll explain it.
They will. I'm sure they will.
Yeah, they'll misdirect us. Son of a mother.
What are they going to misdirect? This looks...
I don't know.
Well, you know what? I bet Bucky is just a Skrull.
Yeah.
Bucky's a Skrull. That would be huge.
Everything was a fake. It was
just
fake.
Blowing smoke.
A fake.
You heard it here first.
I'll say though, I was gonna say this looks classic, just action movie to me. But you're right. Baron Zemo was very clever on the Civil War lead up to what hiding that videotape of the death of Tony's parents, and just to get them to fight each other. That was very mischievous or like misleading or whatever you want to call it. So there's something. Who knows what his agenda is?
Well, I'm glad they didn't end his story at the end of Civil War, because he's been a pretty big baddie in the comics for a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'd put him like one level down from like Red Skull.
So, do you think this show is going to have some kind of tie-in to WandaVision, or are all of the Disney Plus shows going to have a tie-in?
I mean, the way that they do such a good job of because they'll have everything coming from every direction, and then it all just comes together, and to put it together for Infinity War and Endgame, for example, because you have like Ant-Man way over here, but all of a sudden that's a key part of the whole thing, and every other character. So yeah. I'm just going to trust Kevin Feige continues to work his magic.
They're probably trying to do another team, like trying to bring everyone together as a team again in some way.
Yeah, because I know
not
we have
necessarily Avengers, but I guess it could be again.
Yeah.
The Great Lakes Avengers.
So if they're trying to do like the Young Avengers, they've already showed Billy and Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
This show could go into that black boy that was like the Patriot. If all these shows had a kid in them, they could be up to like a Young Avengers type deal. I forget the black dude's name.
I don't know if Falcon's going to be that way. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
We got so much story to tell. We have cosmic stories too. We're going to get Eternals by the end of the year. We're going to have like Young Avengers stuff. We're going to have like cosmic magic stuff. We got witches and vampires and all kinds of stuff to get to. They can't all.
We got Blade. We got Loki. I mean, so much.
I'm kind of looking forward to Blade.
Me too. That was. I don't think the original were all that awful.
No, I liked the first Blade movie. I thought that was great. Wasn't comic book accurate, but whatever. American.
But it did have
version.
Jessica Biel in it. We like her.
Well, what else?
So, what are we doing next week, Jesse?
Well, I don't know. Do you guys want to keep doing this? I like it, but we will have is the making of. Maybe we could take a break.
We could take a break and save
or
up.
Are we going to have Zack Snyder? No, not till the.
It's only 2 weeks until Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I mean,
so we could do a halftime intermission, and then
if you want, if you want to do it, I'm game. I wouldn't mind a break. Also, we could focus on DC stuff. That's all I can think of really is the Flash. The Flash just had a new episode. We didn't touch on that just now.
I say we keep it going. Because the more consistent you are, the better the show is going to be.
True.
People tuning in.
I'm happy to just sit here with 5 people and
but it's not my show, so
people tune in later.
Or just pick up a comic book, for us to read over the week, and then when you come back here, we'll talk about the comic book until the show starts.
Sure.
Yeah, that's true. And we could watch other reviews like Eric Voss and all that, and Emergency Awesome, and see if there's any other new ideas we didn't think of tonight.
Like add their theories into our theories, not like rely too much on that. But
why don't y'all pick up the 2 issues of Ronin?
There you go.
But yeah, let's continue Ninja Turtle Ronin, and I think the DC shows are worth talking about. So you guys' homework would be to check out Superman and Lois, and the Flash.
Do I have to?
your homework. You don't
I
have
got
to
nothing
like
else
it.
to do. I got no more WandaVision, so I can watch something else.
We gotta do that for a week, and then we'll have Falcon. So we can theory craft about like I'm trying to get into these other shows, but it's really, I guess once we have we won't have an episode to talk about. I'll do some homework. Maybe I'll throw that stuff out there. Just random. There's always something superhero. And appreciate you guys being here as always. We're hitting the 1 hour mark. Thanks again for tuning in, people in the chat and people watching after the fact, after you watch the show, because I know y'all can't watch it during the day and then watch a spoiler show, but hopefully a few people are checking it out and getting something from the show. I know we are. I think so. And we could do Lego build too. We could do some of the Venom sets came out.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Well, I did this while we were on stream.
Nice. You built
the Ghost Rider with the Carnage. That is the most complicated rear bumper I've ever made out of Lego. Good Lord, it was weird.
Really?
Oh yeah, where's the instructions? This thing was crazy.
It was complicated. Let's see the car again.
Okay, it's oops. Just pulled the roof off. Don't grab it there, Larry. Okay, so it's like a Challenger or Charger kind of a look to it. But this back, so you build this thing over here, and then it goes on snot style over on this page. But
that's the best way to build bumpers and.
Well, it is, but it's like I mean, when you look at, let's see. Okay, so here's a good shot of kind of the understructure. You got snots going every which way, and then you put a little bit of cladding over it, but it's got a hinge at the very bottom, and then you click it up into those. You see those yellow snot studs.
Just to kind of reinforce it.
Rolls up and clicks into that. I'm like, there might have been 12 other ways to do that without so many little tiny bricks, but whatever. It looks good. I like it. I don't know about the 3 intake, stud shooters on the front. I hate stud shooters. That's how studs end up behind the book cabinet and under the bed. And
yeah, I don't like them either. They're too bulky.
But I like the head for Ghost Rider. That is a really cool head, although his face is a little demon-y. I actually like the face of the other Ghost Rider they did before. That was like the true, well, not the true, but the Ghost Rider of the 90s that I really liked.
Johnny Blaze.
Yeah. And then Carnage that's a pretty cool way to do Carnage.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like him.
There's so many Carnages now. It's crazy. I know. The Shield Agent set was the only Carnage we had. And now we have I don't even know how many now.
And we have.
But I did have to pick this guy up because it's got the only one of him.
Yeah, I like that
Miles
one so
is
much.
awesome. And I dude, his hoodie. I think that's the coolest part about him.
Yeah.
It doesn't go under his head. It's just like a cap
that
goes over it, and then he's got the Spidey on the back.
Yeah,
that's a really cool minifig.
All right, well, I'm going to end the live stream, and we can do a little brainstorming about next week before we sign off. Thanks again, guys, for being here, and everyone watching at home. Stay safe, be creative, bring some Lego next time, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
Cool.
See ya.